back to the mob. But at that stage, I was an adult. I started doing the adult side of things with the gangs. Extortion, drugs, drug dealing, robberies, the same things, guns come into play. A lot of the time, like I think about now, like I don't know what kept me alive, because if I talk about my childhood and all the shit that happened to me in my childhood and I still survive, and then I talk about my existence as a teenager and the things that happened to me and I still survive, and then I talk about part of the gangs and I still survive. And the reason why I say that is that I've been axed in the head. I have a scar on my side of my head that a lot of people don't actually can see unless you ask or unless I tell the story. But a lot of people are like, nah, fuck, no way. I'm like, bro, yeah. So I got into a fight one day, and it was a racial fight. So we come up against the motorcycle club, and we were only teenagers, and we were fighting these grown men, and they were on a methadone program, and we're having a scrap. We stole this car the night before, and we crashed it, so we were already sort of physically buggered. Anyway, just part of this out of it, you know, like experience that I lived as a teenager. We come across these two men, and we ended up having a scrap, and I didn't see this fella go back to his car. And my mates laid out on the ground, and I remember taking this fella off him and just bashing him. And I remember my mate just going, bro, look out. And I remember turning my head and seeing this axe come towards me, smacking me on the side of the head. And I remember just falling, hitting the ground and stuff, having a seizure. And it's a fucking out of experience, because like when you're having a seizure, it's like your soul's in your body, and you're telling your body to stop, but you've got no control. It's just like you're existing inside there, you've got no body. I'm just looking at my mate. And I remember that finishing, and my mate over me crying, thinking I'm dying. And I'm wondering why. Anyway, he starts fighting again. And I remember going in and out, and he's stabbing one of these fellas up. And I remember trying to get up, trying to help him. And I remember looking up, and I seen this coming out of my head. I remember blacking out, and that was it. The doctors come rushing out and they saved me and stuff like this or whatever, and they put me into the hospital. They fucking dragged me over to the hospital, and I remember having this out of experience of my dad being there crying in front of me. And I remember standing next to him looking at me. It was just like a quick glimpse. I can remember vividly just there looking at, and then fucking seeing me, and then that was it. And next thing you know, my next memory is that I'm in a helicopter. And the next memory I know is that I'm waking up after being in an induced coma and having surgery. I had a fractured skull. I was lucky to survive.